In this video, I will be showing you that how you can use this new component library called 21st.dev. I got to know about this library pretty recently, and when I went through it, I noticed that there was a huge difference. While all the components libraries so far only host components from one of the authors or one of the libraries, but this is by far the most extensive component library out there. This has components from Magic UI, and it has UI components from Motion Primitives, and many others with CN as well. So this just gives you all the options out there when you can use components for creating your landing page or your product. So in this video, I would be quickly making a landing page using this component library, and I would be using this along with Cursor. So let's see how this works. As you can see, there are so many different effects. There are so many different kind of animations that you can add to your app. Let's start with from the top. We want something for our hero section. I'm looking for a hero section that is built on top of a white background. So let's pick this one. I will pick this hero section from here. And you see that there is this shadcn command from which you can directly install this component within your app. So I will just copy this. I will open up a new ChatGPT window. I will select O1 since I want to create a PRD. So I've wrote a prompt here. It mentions help me create a PRD to build the landing page for my engg SaaS. In this landing page, I would be using shadcn, Next.js and components from 21st.dev. I will give you the list of the components and the commands to use with them. Then I want you to give me the PRD with the detailed steps to execute the app and build the landing page. Make sure these steps are broken down enough for an AI agent to understand it. So this is a prompt that I came up with. Now I will input all the components that I want in my landing page. So I will add the first component here. I will mention that it is for the hero section, and I gave the command here. Let's look for other components that we want to include in our app. So next, what we want is we want a features section where we can showcase all the features of a product. So let's look for something here. I think this looks good. We can use this feature section. So let's mention here, we want this feature section. Okay. So let's copy it from here. I will put the feature section here. Next, I would want something where I can put in some of the testimonials. So let's get this. This looks nice. I will copy the code. I will copy the shadcn installed command for this. I will mention it here. This is for testimonials. Next, I would want to include a pricing section on the website. Grab one of these elements. This pricing looks nice, but I think it does not go with the rest of our design. The rest of our design is a bit more spacey, bit more modern. I think this does not go with that. So let's look for some other pricing section that might look well. I think this one will go well with our app. So I will just open this up. I will copy the shadcn command. So this is for the pricing section. And finally, let's add a footer to our website as well. So I will go and grab a footer. So let's look for a footer element, or we can also search here. So let's grab this footer. I will copy the command from here. I will add it in the BRD. So now we have all the sections that we want in our app, and we have the install commands for all of these. Next, let's just get the PRD for creating this. So I will give in this prompt to O1. Let it generate the PRD for us. So we have got our PRD. Let's go to Cursor and let's create a project. Take a quick pause here. Are you a founder who is looking to build their own app, but you don't want to pay an MVP agency $5,000 and learning coding is really overwhelming for you? I get your pain. I have something for you. I'm launching this new course that helps you build your own app on 48 hours by using just AI coding. In this, I would be telling you that how you can use tools like Cursor, Windsurf and Lovable for building your own app. I'm launching this course in the first week of February, and you can check out all the details about it from the description below. The early bird pricing for this course is live. It's only limited for the first 20 spots, so get your copy soon. Now back to the video. So in Cursor, I will open up a new project window. I will open a folder. I will use one of the folders that I use. Within this, I would be creating a new subfolder. I will call this folder 21st landing page. Within this folder, I will create a new document. I will call this prd.md. And within this, I will add the entire PRD that we got from Owen. I will remove some steps that are not required. For example, success criteria, milestones, and timelines. Then I will remove the deployment step from here as well. And then I will remove this section which has next steps and further implementations. So now we have the steps of implementation within our PRD. I will open up a new composer window here. In this composer window, I will reference the PRD that we just created. So I will ask it, go through the PRD and help me build a landing page based on the instructions. Start with step 1. So it is creating a new next app. So let's run this command. I think there is some interference required from us since it's asking for a next step. So I will open up the terminal here. I will proceed. We want to use TypeScript, ESLint, Tailwind CSS. We want to use a S source directory, app router, turbo pack no, import alias no. So I see that we have created a different folder for this. So I will just move my PRD into this folder. Now we have a PRD in my SaaS landing page, and I will open up this folder itself. I will go to my projects. I will open up my SaaS landing page. And yes, now we have the root directory for our project and along with the PRD. So now I will open up the terminal window and I will open up the chat again. I will go to Composer and over here I will give it the same command. There are some things in a step 1 that are still not done. So I will ask it to step 1 itself and I will mention, please note, we already have created the Next.js project. So it's installing Tailwind CSS and other dependencies for this project. I assume that it would be also installing shardcn. Okay, shardcn is installed in the second step. So let it configure all the files. It has made all the changes. Let's accept these. All of these looks fine. Let's move to step 2 now. So I will open up a new composer window again. I will give it the instructions. So I will ask it to execute step 4.2. It is installing shardcn. Again, there are some presets where it needs our interference. Let's open up the terminal window here. I will select New York. I will select Zinc. Let's get CSS variabling. Okay, so we have installed the project. So we are done with step 4.2. Let's move on to the next step. Let's execute step 4.3 from PRD. Think step by step. Follow the implementation in the top. So it is now installing all the components that we got from 21st.dev. So let's start installing all of these. I see that there were some errors here. So tried installing this command. Let's try running this on our system. I'm not sure why this was showing it some errors. There seems to be an error with the command itself. So let's try an alternative approach. So I will go back to 21st.dev. I will go to the components that we are using within our app. So I will just find this component from here. I would look for header, hero section. And I think this was the component. So I will just copy the code for this component itself rather than the installation command. And I will add this here. I'm writing my prompt here. I'm mentioning that we have completed the steps until 4.2. So we have created a project and we have installed shardcn, but we ran into an issue. So the commands for shardcn are not working. So we want to change the approach from 4.3 onwards. And I'm giving it code in places of the commands for doing this. So I will give it command for the hero section code. Similarly, I will give it the codes for the rest of the section as well. Now I will look for the features section that we were using in our app. I think this was the one we were using. So let's copy the code for this. Features section code. Now let's go to testimonials. I think this was the testimonial we were using. Let's add the code for that. Pricing. I will copy the code for the pricing section, and finally for the footer. So I will look for the footer over here. The footer that we were using was, I think this one. So I would copy the code for it and I will paste it in my prompt. Let's send it over so that we get a revised PRD that we can use for building the pages from this point onwards. So I will create a new folder called instructions and I will move PRD to that. And as well as that, I will create a new folder. I will call it PRD 2.0. I will call it PRD2, PRD2.md. So over here you would be pasting the new PRD that we get. If we got the final PRD, let's copy it in the folder. Let's remove the sections that we don't need, pretty much similar to the last time. So I'm removing everything after step 5. Okay, so we have got all these steps. Let's look at the steps mentioned here. So it has completed everything until 4.2. So let's start with implementing step 3. So I will just change this command itself. I will mention that we are using PRD 2.0 now. Let's run this. It has started creating the file. So it is creating a folder within the app directory. So within the app, I think it would be creating all the new components. So we are getting these lint errors here. These are basically the components that we haven't installed but we are using inside our code. So once we are done implementing this entire step, then we would be installing all these dependencies. Basically, these are components within ShadCN that we are using for creating our page. So let's wait for that. Let's install this framer motion packages. Then it's installing the ShadCN components as well. I see that there is some error in the syntax. I will mention it here. Please use ShadCN at the latest. It's the correct syntax. So let's install the required ShadCN components as well. Installing all the components. We are done with step 4.3. The next step is that we would be including all these components within our landing page. So before doing that, let's run our landing page once and see that how it looks right now. So this is the default landing page that is created for any Next.js project. So this is what we have here. Let's implement step 4. That is where we will start including all the elements within our landing page. So let's execute step 4.4 from PRD 2.0. So it is creating a new next project, which I think is an error because we mentioned 4.r here rather than 4.4. My bad. Let's edit this and let's run this again. So it is making all the changes on our home page and it says that it has completed step 4. So let's run our development server again. I will come up here. I will run the command. So let's see the landing page now. Yeah, this is a dark theme. I see that this is a placeholder section. The features section, it is changing automatically. And then there is a testimonial section over here, the pricing section, and finally the footer. I see that we can also change this to light theme. So yeah, overall all the components worked fine. This is exactly what we wanted to build, and we can change all the things over here. Stuff like adding a CTA button, changing the image on the header section, and putting up all the custom content over here. So definitely this UI library is worth testing out if you want to create a landing page very fast. So now you can build a landing page really fast. You don't need to be a designer or a developer. You can just find components that look good to you. The only differentiator in the age of AI is your own taste. So if you can tell if something looks good, then you can create good apps, good landing pages. To try out this library, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.